Level 1, the escape plan. You are a North Korean citizen, trapped in a regime of oppression. You gather information secretly, listening to forbidden radio broadcasts, connecting with others in hushed whispers, and sketching a map of potential escape routes. The regime controls your everyday existence, while you have no control over your future, relying on underground networks for protection. You have limited access to resources, living on less than $1 a day, saving whatever you can for the journey ahead. If you are caught discussing escape, you could be imprisoned or executed. The brutal truth is that most who attempt to flee are caught and face severe punishment. In the underground, terms like defector and underground railroad echo among your peers. Freedom is worth the risk of death. Yeonmi Park escaped at the age of 13. It's a testament to the courage of defectors. As you finalize your plan, the night of your escape finally arrives. Level 2, the dangerous journey. You are now crossing the border, adrenaline pumping through your veins. You sneak through the dark, evade guards, swim across a river, and navigate treacherous terrain under cover of night. You are still vulnerable to capture, but now you are gaining allies among other defectors who share your goal. You may have saved $50 for the journey, but must rely on the kindness of strangers for food and shelter. If you get caught by border guards, you face immediate deportation back to North Korea. Many defectors are betrayed by those they trust, leaving them alone and at the mercy of the regime. Phrases like escape route and mule are used in hushed tones among those daring enough to flee. In every step toward freedom could be my last. Stories abound of defectors who risk everything to flee to China. After a harrowing escape, you finally find safety in a foreign country. Level 3, seeking asylum. You are a defector in a foreign land, seeking asylum. You visit refugee organizations, fill out paperwork, tell your story to officials, and wait anxiously for a response. The asylum system controls your fate, while you have little power over your future. You now receive $200 a month in assistance, barely enough to survive. If your application is denied, you could be sent back to North Korea. Many asylum seekers face long waits and are at risk of being sent back, resulting in despair. Terms like asylum seeker and refugee camp become a part of your vocabulary. Hope is a fragile thing. Yet the stories of North Korean defectors applying for asylum in South Korea resonate with your experience. As you wait, you realize you must learn a new language to thrive. Level 4, adapting to a new culture. You are learning to navigate life in a new society, feeling both lost and hopeful. You take language classes, explore the city, make new friends, and begin to understand local customs. The local community holds the keys to your acceptance, while you strive to fit in. Your assistance increases to $400 a month as you find part-time work. If you fail to adapt, you risk social isolation and potential deportation. The cultural shock is overwhelming, and many defectors struggle to find their place. You use phrases like cultural assimilation and settling in to describe your experience. I am a stranger in my own life. The experiences of defectors in South Korea undergoing cultural training mirror your challenges. As you settle in, you begin to share your story publicly. Level 5, becoming an activist. You are now using your voice to advocate for others like you. You join activist groups, give speeches, participate in protests, and share your story through media. You gain influence and control over your narrative, inspiring others to take action. Your income rises to $1,000 a month through donations and speaking engagements. If you speak out too boldly, you risk backlash from the regime and potential threats to your safety. The fight for freedom can be isolating, and you face constant scrutiny. You embrace the terms human rights advocate and freedom fighter as you take a stand. Silence is complicity. Activists like Hyunso Lee show the power of a defector's voice. With your newfound voice, you gain recognition and support. Level 6, recognized voice. You are now a recognized voice in the fight for North Korean freedom. You appear on national media, publish articles, receive awards, and mentor other defectors. You control your narrative and influence public perception, while the regime seeks to silence you. Your income rises to $3,000 a month from various engagements and donations. If the regime retaliates, you risk physical danger or threats to your family back home. The pressure mounts as you become a target for those who wish to silence dissent. You are referred to as an influencer and a media darling. The truth cannot be silenced. Yeonmi Park becoming a prominent speaker on North Korean human rights exemplifies your journey. Amidst rising fame, a major crisis shakes your newfound stability. Level 7, crisis sequence. The crisis type is threats from the North Korean regime escalate. At 00, you receive anonymous threats warning you to stop speaking out. At 100, you decide to go public with the threats to raise awareness. At 2 o'clock, you increase your security measures and reach out to authorities for protection. At 3 o'clock, the backlash comes, with your family in North Korea facing consequences. If you fail to protect your family and yourself, you risk losing everything you fought for. Level 8. Global influence. You are now a global influencer on human rights issues. You travel the world to speak, collaborate with international organizations, and lobby for policy changes. You wield significant influence over international discourse, while the regime desperately tries to maintain its grip on power. Your income surges to $10,000 a month as you secure international sponsorships. If you fail to navigate these international waters, you risk being targeted by both the regime and radical groups. The reality is that your every move is scrutinized, and the stakes are higher than ever. You embrace the role of advocate and leader. Change begins with us. The global spotlight on North Korean issues continues to grow. As you savor the success, you realize that the fight is far from over. Level 9, Ultimate Achievement. You are now a powerful voice for the voiceless, influencing policy and awareness worldwide. You control a network of advocates and resources dedicated to North Korean human rights. The cost is steep. Sacrifice 1. You have lost contact with friends and family still in North Korea. Sacrifice 2. You face constant threats to your safety, living under security detail. Sacrifice 3. Your mental health suffers from the weight of your mission. Mental state. Paranoia sets in, and fear of retribution looms large. The detail from Level 1 echoes here as the risk of exposure remains ever present. 3 ending scenarios. You could receive global recognition, you could lead a successful campaign for change, or you could be silenced forever. This is the life you chose.